morning and welcome to Newsfirst Primetime Sunrise.
Hello there, a very good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Primetime Sunrise with me, Shane Silva. As always, let's start off with a look at your headlines. Mahaweli Authority says that the roads on the sides of water canals are not for transportation purposes. A program to share nuclear knowledge between Sri Lanka and Russia. Schools that were closed due to the threat of dengue reopened. And US begins military drill in Poland amid Ukraine crisis. On to your stories in detail now. The Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority requests the public to be vigilant when using roads on the side of the Mahaweli canals.
Director General of the Mahaweli Authority, Kamini Rajkarma, said that the roads that are built on the sides of these canals are not for transport purposes but for maintenance work of the canals. The director added that the area residents use these roads for the daily purposes and as a result they face various accidents. Recently 11 persons died when a tractor fell into the ZE canal and many had died at earlier occasions too after falling into the canal. Accordingly, a program will be launched to educate the public about dangerous locations of the canal. The Director General noted that boards will be fixed to indicate such location of canals. The Mahaweli Authority noted that protective walls and fences have been fixed where canals open up to main roads.
The 3 schools in the Colombo Sitawaka Education Division that were closed due to the threat of the dengue virus will reopen today.
Education Director of the Sitawaka Division, Jayasuri Aryaratne, stated that the Hangwala Rajasingha Central College, the Mayaduna Mahavidyalaya and the Pahatgama Roman Catholic College will reopen today. The Pahala Hangwala Preparatory College and the Malayadeva Primary School reopened yesterday. Aryaratne stated that the dengue eradication programs that were carried out at each of these schools were successful.
As mentioned in this morning's headlines, Sri Lanka and Russia have launched a program to exchange nuclear expertise. The chairman of the Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Authority, Dr. Ranjit Vijayawardena, stated that as of now, a group of representatives of the Russian Nuclear Energy Authority were in the country in this regard. The chairman noted that discussions are underway to set up a laboratory for this purpose in the island.
We need to improve human resources on nuclear technology. Accordingly, we carried out discussions with universities and a decision was made to increase the number of courses on nuclear studies. However, these students are unable to carry out their practical studies as equipment used for research is very expensive. Accordingly, the Nuclear Energy Authority decided to establish a nuclear science lab.
The licenses of the 13 private buses that were allowed to transport passengers on the Southern Expressway during the New Year season will be extended to the 28th of this month. Chairman of the National Transport Board, Renuka Pereira, said that these licenses were to expire on the 21st of this month. However, taking into consideration the requests of commuters, this period was extended. The chairman added that accordingly these buses will continue their transport services from Maharagama to Galle and from Mataragama and Tangol. Renuka Pereira also added that during this period, a proper bus timetable from the Southern Expressway will be made. The Around the World team, who is on a goodwill tour to promote the upcoming World Conference on Youth 2014, which is to be held in May this year, is currently in Rome, Italy. Newsfirst Ramesh Irugal Bandara brings us more details with the day's proceedings.
Around the World in 40 days.
The Around the World team is joining you once again from Italy, where the Around the World team got a very special opportunity to attend a very special discussion at Prime Minister's Secretariat Office in Rome, Italy. We were able to meet the Chief of the Department of Youth in Italy, Councillor Calgero Mausieri, along with Crescenzo Raiola, the individual responsible for Youth Affairs and National Civil Service. We were able to discuss the forthcoming World Conference on Youth 2014, which is being hosted by Sri Lanka, and they expressed their satisfaction on the preparations that are being made by Sri Lanka. During our discussion, we were also able to note that the Italian government would decide on whether or not they would be sending a high-level delegation to attend the conference later this week. This afternoon, we are due to meet several other youth organizations as well. The Around the World team will keep you posted on the latest developments. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Ramesh Bandara with Yasrat Kamal Siri from Rome, Italy.
The visuals you just saw now are the matches being played between the Sri Lanka blind cricket team and the Australian blind cricket team ahead of the World Cup. The Sri Lanka team is ranked 7th while the Australian team is ranked 3rd in the international rankings. Sri Lanka is however leading the 5-match series 3-0, and the last of the matches for the World Cup will take place tomorrow while the 4th match was washed out due to rain. We now have with us the captain of the Sri Lanka blind cricket team, Chandana Suryarachi. Good morning, Chandana. Chandana, now, how are you prepared for the finals, and how is the team feeling about the match against Australia?
Our team is a very good performance in the tournament so far. The last game is tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Our team is very good, full prepared in the final game.
And at what time would the match be starting, Chandana, tomorrow?
9:30 a.m.
At the R. Premadas Stadium. All right, Chandana, thank you so much for joining us this morning. As you noted, the Sri Lanka blind cricket team will be taking on the Australian blind cricket team in the 4th of a 5-match series that will be played ahead of the World Cup that will take place later on. Let's now take a look at the weather forecast for the day. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Newsfirst Primetime Sunrise. It was a pleasure having you with us. I'm Shane Silva. Now, before we leave, a CCTV camera caught the moment when a Czech man was hit by a speeding train. The 77-year-old pensioner is seen walking through a level crossing, unaware of the approaching train which hit him, throwing the man to the ground and sending his shoe flying off. The uninjured man is then seen getting up and walking away. Local police said he had only minor injuries and will face a fine of 2,500 Czech crowns over the incident.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.